Aric Almirola wins, and the worst championship format in all of sports once again takes center stage. All that and more coming up next on the recap. So Aric Almirola gets his first win of the season and his first non-restrictor plate win, which is a thing that some people hold against him, but a restrictor plate win is no different than a dirt track win or a road course win. It's a different skill set, but some people hold things like that against somebody. I'm not one of them. I don't fall into that school of logic. But anyway, Aric Almirola gets his first win of the season. However, what I will say about that win is this. And once again, no shade at Aric. He drove an amazing race, and he should be rewarded for that. He had an amazing car. But here's what I do want to talk about that win. Currently, the man sitting 23rd in points, 27th before this race began. Just squeezed out the guy that's 13th in points, who had a 220-point lead over him, and another guy squeezed him out. He has a 143-point lead over, that being Aric Almirola and Michael McDowell, who I was just mentioning, squeezing out Austin Dillon, of course. And so that brings me to my point. What are we trying to accomplish with this point system? Are we trying to create excitement? Because we are creating excitement. I mean, with 2 road courses and 1 restrictor plate track left on the docket, we could possibly squeeze out Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick. All of these guys well over 100 points over who's next to him other than Austin Dillon, who just got squeezed out this particular race. So if we're trying to create excitement, yes, this current system does create excitement, but what are we giving up for that excitement? Let's take a look at what we're giving up here. Let's look at thing number 1 we're giving up. The whole playoff system, along with the dumbass stage points or whatever you want to call them, are cheapening the championship. Kyle Larson has dominated this season. He's not even leading the points because of stage point crap. Kevin Harvick won 9 races last season. He didn't even make the last 4, the final cut or whatever. So how can you tell me with a straight face that these playoff champions are the same or that have the same level of prestige as past champions? They don't. You just can't. Because technically, Aric Almirola could win a few races and be your champion, currently sitting 23rd in points. How would that reckon with past champions? It wouldn't. These current champions we have will never be mentioned in the same breath as Petty, Earnhardt, Gordon, Yarborough, or Waltrip. They just won't. There's no comparison. These current champions that we have now with this current playoff system will never be mentioned like that. The guys that built the sport, they will never be mentioned in the same name as those guys, the same breath as those guys. And that cheapens our current champions. And that cheapens the sport. And that is the first problem with this insane playoff system that we have. The second point I want to make about this playoff system, and I just alluded to it actually, and I'm secretly kind of pulling for it to happen if Kyle Larson can't win, presuming that Kyle Larson's season continues the way it's going like this. I hope Aric Almirola wins the playoffs. I'm all on board for Aric Almirola to win the playoffs. I want him to win, 3 more races? I want him to win 1 race in each stage the rest of the season, and I hope every other race he gets a DNF, and I hope he's your champion, and I hope he technically would be like 23rd or 22nd in points, and he would be your champion. I'm pulling for that because I'm hoping that something that insane happens so that NASCAR will actually have to look at this point system and be like, yeah, we need to change this because this is stupid. Because this is the stupidest point system in all of sports. It doesn't reward a real champion. It cheapens the sport, and the history will never be the same because we can't compare our current guys to our past guys because our champions now are just some dude who won the last race, who happened to be there and win the last race. Kevin Harvick won 9 races last season, didn't even make the final 4. Kyle Larson's dominating this season, is not even leading the points right now. So yeah, the talking heads are going to jump on TV tomorrow and talk about how exciting this is. But hopefully I don't want you guys to forget that, yeah, even though it's exciting, these playoffs are exciting and they create excitement, don't forget what we're giving up. We're giving up a real NASCAR Cup champion, and we're cheapening the sport, and it's ruining it. And on that positive note, that's all I got for you this week. If you like the content, please subscribe below. It helps me out a whole lot. And if you want to leave something down in the comments, like whatever, I love the comments. I love interacting with you guys. Other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.